Hey guys, thanks so much for turning into this system sessions on how to create a really cool email signature with social links and everything into your Gmail or your Outlook account. If you guys use something other than Gmail and Outlook, let me know, and I can help you navigate how to put your email signature once you've created it into whatever you're utilizing as far as an email platform. Um, Before we get started, I just wanted to also let you know that there are a couple ways to build an email signature. I'm going to show you guys the way that I did it via Google Drive and Google Docs. But you can also follow these same steps in Word and utilize your computer folders. Either way works. I'm just a big fan of Google Docs and Google Drive because they work really simultaneously, like hand in hand together, really fluently. So I'm a big proponent for Google Docs and Google Drive. But you can do these same steps in Word. So that's kind of where I want to start first. Is when I was going through this yesterday and learning it myself and setting up my own. One thing that really helped me was setting up my Google Drive folder and my Google Docs where I'm building the signature first. And it just kind of like makes things really like a lot more simpler. So what I did first was you can access your Google Drive or your Google Docs from just your Google. So the very first thing that you want to see is just to make sure that you're signed in to your Google. And you can notice that up here in the top corner. And then this next thing over here, this square with lots of dots, that's all of your Google apps. So if you click there, you can see that you can access your Drive. And then if you scroll down, you can also access Docs. So when you go into your Drive, that's where I started. I just went into my Drive. I did a right click on my dashboard and did a new folder. And I named that new folder email signature or just whatever you want to email that or name that. So once I created that folder in my Google Drive, then I just started adding the images that I wanted to include into my signature into this folder. And I'll show you how that works in just a second when you're building it in Google Docs. It just makes it a lot easier. However, you can just save all of your images and everything on your computer and use Word, and it'll work the same as far as inserting an image from just a computer file. So either way. The next thing that I want to talk about is just how to put images over into the Google Drive folder that you've made. And it's really, really simple. So on my Mac, I just open my Finder. If you're on a Windows computer, just open your File Explorer and find where those images are for you. So for example, like I have one of my images of myself that I want to use in my signature are saved on my desktop. So once I find that image and I want to put it into my Drive, I just click that image and drag it over and drop it into my Drive folder. So really, really simple, really easy. And it usually uploads within a few seconds if you're just doing basic images. So that's where I started first. Was I just was putting all of the images that I needed for my signature into my folder. The other thing that I wanted to point out, if you want to do social icons like your Facebook and your Twitter and your Instagram and LinkedIn, just whatever social media that you want to use, I just did a simple Google search for like a Facebook icon. Same thing with Instagram icon, Twitter icon, anything like that. I just did a simple Google search. I found one that I wanted to use. I typically try to use one with transparent backgrounds. And then again, I just right clicked, did a save image as to my computer, and then uploaded that image to my Google folder. So that's just how you can find images and utilize the images in your signature if you don't have them and you need to find them online. So again, just find the image that you want to use, right click, save image as, and then save it to whatever folder that you are using, or drag it over after saving it to your desktop to that Google Drive folder. So the next thing that we want to talk about is we want to just start building our email signature. And like I said, you can do this in Word, same steps, or you can do it on Google Docs. Everything that you do in Google Docs, by the way, is automatically saved to your Google Drive. They're interconnected. So if you like mess up or like have to step away for an appointment or something, you can come back to this live document. It will constantly be saving as you're working on it, which is a pretty cool feature. As you can see in this document, I did several different examples because I want to touch on some different things as we go through these steps. Like for example, all of my information, like I had typed out and just normal text and everything just for easy copy and pasting. You can do that with an existing email signature that you have versus just retyping it all. So I just made sure to include that. I also wanted to show you just different examples of how you can build a signature. You know, you can have a couple images onto the other side, or you can just keep it really simple, short and sweet, however you want this to look like. But I encourage everybody to just get creative with it. You want to make it you want it to showcase your personality. So use your favorite colors, use your favorite slogans, use your favorite information, link your favorite social channels. However you want it to look is how it's going to be impactful to your clients as it's coming across via email. So let's just start building this thing out, and I'll show you step by step how to do it. And we're just going to start just on a blank page. And the very first step that we want to do is we want to start building a table. Now, you can see like I have some balloon images in some of these examples. If you're going to attach different images, then when you're building a table, I would recommend that when you go to insert and table, that you do a 3 box over and 1 line down with 3 in it, because that third box will allow you to add that extra image. If you are looking to do something more simple without that image, then I would just do an insert table to function here. So that's one thing that I definitely wanted to point out. So for the sake of the example, I'll do the 3 table. So I go to insert table, go over 3, and then down 1 to include 3 onto the bottom, and just click that. It will automatically pull that table in for you. And then you just start building your signature from here. So the very first step that we want to do is I want to left click my mouse onto the bottom row, and I want to drag over and then let go of my mouse to select this bottom line. Then I want to right click and hit merge cells. Now what this does, it allows you to have this slogan, mission, little bio, like whatever you want to put underneath your signature to add a little bit of personality to that signature. That's what that does. So I just start there by merging that bottom cell. And then I click on this very first box right here, and I'm going to start by adding my image. Now, this is the importance of building it with a Google Drive, because it makes it so easy, because you literally just pull from your Google Drive. You don't even have to go to a different screen or anything. That's why I built it on a Google Drive. But again, I'll share with you the steps on how you can do it with Word as well. So we're going to first input our first image. So I'm just going to click on this box, go up to insert and hit image. Now you have upload from computer. So again, if you're building it from Word, you can hit upload from computer, find the file that you're looking for on your computer and just select it from there. If you're building it from Drive like I am today, then you can go to your Drive, and it will bring up this little Drive menu on the side. You can go over to My Drive, find your folder that you created in your Google Drive, double click it, and then you have all of those already saved images ready to throw into that email signature. So again, that's kind of why like I built the folder ahead of time, because I just wanted simple click and paste options as I'm building this out to save myself some time. So I'm going to find that first image that I want, and I'm going to select that image and hit insert. And it's going to pop that image in. Now you can see that you still have these divider lines of your cells. So you can click these and kind of move them over to give yourself some extra space or some extra room. I would be mindful of your margins here, guys, because you don't want to like move this all the way over and then have to move it back. It gets a little complicated. So I would just suggest light movement on your boxes. But anyway, you can click on that image, and again, you can make it bigger if you want, however you want that image to come across. And so once you get that formatted the way that you want it to look, then just leave it alone and we'll go to the next step. Before we get to that next step though, I just wanted to show you a little trick. I'm sure that you saw in my examples, like I had like a little circle image, and I wanted to show you how I did that. So how I built that circle image is I did that in Canva by just going into Canva and doing just a blank design. Doesn't matter what template it is or anything like that. Just open just a generic blank design. And then you're going to go over to elements on the side and down to frames. And you're going to find this circle frame right here. You can also pick, just different frames if you want something more specific, but I'm doing the circle one. I don't resize it or anything. I just leave it alone and it'll put that frame on here. Then I'm going to go to uploads and I'm going to find my picture. Now you guys can see I already have my picture already uploaded into my Canva. However, if you don't have that, just hit this upload media button, select device, and it'll bring up your file option to find that image on your computer. So I'm just going, once you upload your image, just select that image. You can see it kind of goes over that frame. If you just click it and just slightly move it over, it will pop it into that frame for you. And then once, say your forehead's cut off or something like that, you can select that, go up here and hit crop and adjust that image to, if it's not exactly to your liking, whatever you would like that image to look like. And then once you kind of get it the way that you look like, on my Mac computer, I do a Shift Command 4 to take a screenshot. If you're on a Windows computer, you will just go down to your menu option on the bottom of your screen and find your snippet tool. And then when you open your snippet tool to take screenshots, it'll open and you'll have a new up on the left-hand side. Just click new, and then you'll get the same little icon that my mouse has on it right now, and you'll just click and drag, screenshot that image. It'll go over to your computer, usually on your desktop or your downloads folder, wherever your screenshots go, and typically your desktop. And then again, you can click that image and drag it over to that Google Drive folder, or you can just leave it there if you're building in Word, whichever is easier for you. So that's just kind of how I created that circle logo picture if you're wanting more aspects to that image. So again, if I wanted to insert that circle image, I would again just go to that first box, do an insert image from my drive, and then select that image and it would pop it in for you, and I would resize it from there. So just a little trick on how to do different things with your images. The next thing is we are going to put our personal information in there, whatever you want that to be. I just, like I said, I had this pre-typed out for saving time for this class, but I'm just going to copy it and paste it into this next cell. And then again, you can kind of, move your boxes around and everything. But before you kind of do that, I would recommend on just going in here and taking the time to make it pretty in the way that you would like to. So again, you can highlight your name, make that bigger. You can adjust fonts, much like we do in Word or Canva. Pick the style that you want. You can even come up here to text color and pick a different color. You can make it bold, however you want it to look, guys. Just get creative. Again, I can come up to my title and make it italicized or not. I can also add spaces, say I wanted spaces in between my address and my phone numbers and my email and my website. I can, space all that out if I want. And the other thing I'd recommend is if you are including an email, I definitely would make that email, a very specific color that you're, an avid fan of or something. It just gives it a little bit more pop for people that are looking at it. And it also will encourage them to click on it too, if it, it's colorful and appears nice and professional. And again, you can come in and you can make these bigger, smaller, however you want it to look, just, adjust it to how you want it to appear. And then once you get all of that in, as far as your personal information, then it's time to come in and add your social media icons and link those to work. So how we do that is I just went to my last line and I entered down to start a new line. And then very similar to how we did the pictures, we're going to do an insert image from my drive or from your computer, whichever you have them saved them to, and then find that image that you saved from Google. Click on the first one and hit insert. It's going to insert it pretty big, but again, you're just going to click to resize that down. And then once you get it to the size that you want, You can either put all the images in at first and then go back and link them, or you can link them as you go, however you want to do it. But once you get that image in, then we're just going to open a new tab. Go to like your Facebook page or whatever social media you're trying to do. Go into your profile. And then once you're like in your profile, then you're just going to come up here to your web address bar, and that's the URL that you are going to use to link them to your own personal page or your business page or whatever social media you're trying to link them to. So then you're just going to go back, hit that logo on the email signature that you're trying to create, just click it, and then come up here to this little chain that says insert link. Click that, and then you're going to paste that link in there and click apply. And then now you can click on that and you can see that that is successfully linked to your social media platform. And then we're just going to do a click right next to the one we did, and we're going to do the next one. So go to Image, Drive, find the next application, hit Insert. It's going to insert that big one, and then just resize it down again and get it to kind of be, you know, about the same size as your other one. You might have to play with them just a little bit, but they're not too awful hard to do as you just mess around with them. So, and then again, go over, do a new tab, go to your LinkedIn or whatever social media you're going to, and then click into that profile of yours. And then up on your web browser, just copy this whole link, go back to your email signature, make sure it's selected, hit this link tab up top, paste that web address in, and click apply. And so now that one is successfully linked. So again, you're going to do this for any social media platforms that you want to input into your email signature. Let's just do one more just in case. All right, let's just do the LinkedIn one. Put LinkedIn in here, resize it down. It'll pop it over. And then I'm going to open my Instagram. I think I said LinkedIn, Instagram. They're all the same. Go into my profile and then copy and paste that. Go back, make sure it's selected, hit the link, paste that web address in, hit apply, and make sure that it's sticking. So that's how you insert and link your social media icons into your email signature. And you can get, I know that like if you Google social media icons and stuff, you can get like a whole pair that like matches, that's downloadable and different things. So again, it's just really what you want as far as the look of your signature, different things like that. But you can get creative, use black and white ones, use color ones, use the actual ones like I am, whatever works for you. So then the next step for this particular signature is I want to include maybe that balloon image or my team logo or whatever. So I'm just going to come over here into this third box. Again, do an insert image, upload it from your computer if you're doing it via Word or whatever, or upload it via Drive. I'm going to find that image that I want to insert over there, whether that be your team logo or the company logo. Hit insert and it's going to pop that in. Now, I will advise you guys, like, be very careful about, like, resizing this image here, because sometimes, even when you're in Word or Google Docs, it'll, like, mess with those margins. So, again, tentatively, very lightly adjust those margins if you need to. I noticed a couple times yesterday as I was playing around and doing this, sometimes I'd have to, like, start from scratch again all over because I had, you know, messed up the margins or whatever. You just kind of have to play with it. So I'm just going to leave it that size that it popped it in. I think it's a good size. It's very eye-catching. And so, like, you know, start your signature here. And then the last step is I want to add something about myself. So, you know, something about my business, something from my resume, my motto, my mission. So you can type anything in this box that you want to showcase or add a little personal touch to your email signature. Just, you know, anything that you want this to say. And then again, you can edit that. You can change the font. You can do whatever you want, make it bigger, change the color, make it pretty, however you want that to look. So once you kind of get everything for that email signature in place, The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the lines off and make it actually look like an email signature. So again, I'm just going to left click on my mouse and click and drag to select all of these cells. And then once I do that, I'm going to come up here to this border width and I'm going to hit 0 and it's going to get rid of all of those lines. Now you can see it kind of had like a little triangle here up here, and that's just a quick border reference if you like want to put back in a border, or you can just kind of click where those lines initially were. And so, for example, I want a line right here to kind of give myself a segmented break between my picture and my wording. So I'm just going to click on that invisible line there. And again, I'm going to come up here to border width. And let's just make it like a 2.25, 1.5 typically. Make it like a thick line. I'm going to put, you know, my favorite color into it. And then again, now I have this defined line of, you know, in between my picture and my wording. So that's just kind of how I did that too. Again, play with it, make it your own, however you want that to look. And it's a really handy little feature. So once you get your signature exactly how you want it, you played with it, you think it's ready to go into your Gmail and everything, that is the next step. So let's just say this one is perfect and it's exactly how I want it to be. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my Gmail account, and I'm going to start with Gmail Online. So if you utilize Gmail Online, you're just going to open up your inbox and you're going to go up here to settings. And then it gives you this quick setting option. Go into see all settings. And it's going to pop you into your settings menu. Now we're going to stay on this general tab and we're just going to scroll down to signature. And now what we're going to do from here is we're going to do a create new, and we're just going to name it whatever you want that signature name to be. And hit create. And then you can see that this little box here is where that signature is supposed to go. So I'm just going to go back to the signature that I've created. Again, highlight everything. And you can either right click and hit copy, or on my Mac, I just do a Command C for copy. And then you're going to go back into that settings menu and paste it. Now, I will say sometimes in the Gmail Online version, like if you put that third image in, sometimes you'll get a message that says email signature too long. So again, you're just going to have to kind of play with it. That's why I made one maybe without that third image, because Google wouldn't take mine. And it depends on the size and the margin. So again, just kind of play with it and get that pasted in there. I wish this box was a little bigger so you could actually like see the whole thing, but luckily they have these toggle bars where you can come in and just, you know, make sure that it captured everything. Now, before we save this signature and start utilizing it in our Gmail, we want to make sure that we tell Gmail how we want this signature to come across. So we are going to do select, you know, whatever you name that signature, the test signature for this particular example. I want that for my new emails that I'm currently making. And then I also want that for my on reply or forwarded emails. So I want that signature on all of my emails, regardless if I'm making a new email or if I'm replying and forwarding. You just have to tell Gmail or Outlook how you want that done. So just make sure that your signature is selected on both of those. And then when you go down to the very end, you're going to hit save changes, and then it's going to save that signature for you. So go ahead and hit save. And then you can just test yourself by going up to compose and making sure that that signature comes across the way that you wanted it to in that email. So that's just how you do Gmail Online and getting that signature in. Now, the other thing that I want to show you guys is how to do that on Outlook. So again, I have copied and pasted my signature here. I'm going to open my Outlook. Now, on my Mac, it's a little bit different. I go up to Outlook and I go to Preferences to access my signature menu. On a Windows computer, you're going to do File Options, I believe, or File Settings, and find Signature in there. So I'm just going to do open up my signature. Oops, clicked the wrong thing. Sorry. Preferences, Signatures, and then I'm going to add a new signature. So again, very similar to Google, I'm just going to hit this addition sign. On your Windows computer, you're just going to hit add new or whatever it says. It might even have a plus sign. So just add that. You're going to title it, again, whatever you want. And then you're going to come into this box and paste that signature in. It takes a little second for it to read. And then again, you're just going to make sure that it looks okay. Everything that you have captured is good. And you're going to hit save. This little save icon. And once it's saved, you can just go ahead and exit out. And then again, make sure that it's in the signature preview box, everything that you want. And then you're going to tell Outlook that you want to utilize that new named signature for new messages and then also for replies and forwards here. So just go ahead and assign that signature and then just exit out and then do a new message and make sure that that signature is in there exactly how you would like that to look. If not, just go back to your signature in your Word document or your Google Docs and play around maybe with those margins or something, or change anything that you might want and then try it again. So that is how you can get your signature into your Gmail and your Outlook after you've created it in Word. And then let's see, what else am I missing? Okay, the last thing that I want to cover now that we've got our signature, we know how to create it and everything, is I wanted to also point out that I have an electronic signature version signature in case you're a person that prefers maybe an electronic signature instead of a typed out name. Now, the way that I personally did this is I utilized DocuSign. So when I open my DocuSign and it goes to this dashboard, you can click this signature right here and it says change signature. It'll open up a menu of different signature options that you can pick from. If you just select the one that you want and hit create, it'll save that signature how you want that saved. Let's see here. Hit create and it'll just save it, or you can use one like if you have one of those pads that you can write on, or you can create one via your computer mouse, however you want that signature to look. Next, you want to capture that signature. So you want to go up to your profile and do manage profile. It's going to throw you into another like dashboard type screen. And you're going to come over here on this menu and go to signatures. And then you're just going to kind of hover over the signature that you've picked, right click, and do open image in new tab. When this happens, it'll pull up a new tab over here with that signature blown up. And then again, you're going to use your snippet tool or Shift Command 4 on a Mac, snippet tool for a Windows computer, and just screenshot that image. It'll save on your desktop and you just drag and drop that image over to your Google Drive if you're using Google Drive for your photos, or just leave it there and do the upload image from your computer. So how you do that is we'll go back down to the one that we were working on and say like, oh, I just remember I wanted to include an electronic signature. So I'm just going to take out my typed signature. I'm going to kind of space down, give myself some room, do an insert image from my drive, find that electronic signature that I screenshotted and insert it. And then again, it's all just a matter of, you resizing it to the way that you would like it to appear. You kind of take some spaces out, give yourself some room, and that is how you can add an electronic signature to your email signature as well. So I believe we've covered pretty much everything from your email, making an email signature. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I can help you, get something in if you're utilizing a different web platform for your email, or I can help you edit things or resize things. Just if you need anything, please reach out to me. And if you have any questions, also reach out to me. But I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have fun creating a new electronic signature. It really is a great way for people to find you on all of your platforms from one source, and making things clickable is really nice. So you can redirect them to a website or redirect them to your social media if they are interested in learning more about you from an email. So like I said, let me know if you have any questions, and thank you guys so much for watching. See you later.